Alright, welcome to the tutorial video on the Zaku 1 GS or Garrett Schmitzer. Alright, this suit is a recycle shop only suit. It was an event suit last December. The level 1 was given out for the American release in the beginning of October, so if you are from that release month, you should have at least level 1 to suit, which is the suit we're going to go over today. Yeah, we're gonna go over its build. Its cost goes from 300 at level 1 to level 3 at 400. It is a very awkward suit. It is a general type and it has some issues. But otherwise, I run the suit not in a non-competitive standpoint. It can put in some work, but it requires you to know what you're doing on the suit to really profit from it, per se. So, as we can see, um, this suit really doesn't have any defenses for 300 cost. Its melee boost is pretty high. It's at 30 with the parts I put on, and it has really low speed and really low thrusters. It does have a moderately high health pool for a shielded suit, but I put health parts on it, so it's a little bit inflated here. Its slots are also pretty lackluster at 300. Compared to something like maybe the standard Efreet, as I will show you. It has way more slot designation for close range. So, let's dive into what I build. So, my optimal choice weapon for this suit is the Rakuten Bazooka, which you get for this suit once you purchase the Dom Tropin, or you get the one higher levels dropped to you through Gacha Pool. I do not recommend using either of the machine guns, seeing how this suit and just machine guns in general are not optimized for machine or are optimized for that gameplay. The gameplay you're trying to perform for this melee suit. So it comes with the same heat sword the Goof does, Goof, however you want to say it. It has a Sturmfaust, which is a stun. It has smoke discharger, just like the general type and Ifrit and multiple other suits. At 300, the only other two suits with the smoke discharger. Three suits with the smoke discharger is the Zaku cannon, the Ifrit, and the Ifrit DS. And it has the Gush shield. I stack level 5 health, level 3 health, or strength and frame parts. I put on shield reinforcement level 2 to keep the shield alive a little bit longer. I also put on levels 2 and 4 enhanced melee program. I do not have complex expansion on this suit, so you'll be able to fit these if you have these parts. This levels up its melee boost enough to actually do considerable damage for this tier. And the big benefit this suit has is that it has a bazooka and a Sturmfaust to basically shred a red. It can't stop maneuver armor with the Rakuten, but you can basically be ready for the raid. The raid will have to stop at some point. At that point, you will be ready to end its career. The suit has balancer, and it has dodge roll, which is very good for the fact of what it has to do. Although this suit has a lot not going for it, it also does not have any skills. It does not have a big skill set to compensate for its low stats. So, even though it has dodge roll, even though it has balancer, leg shock absorber is okay. Observational data link that's normally a support ability, not really a general type ability. So it's not really useful in a sense because your support should already have observational data link with the increased radar skill to see the people you see already anyways. So we're going to take this into a practice and port base, the place I love to use this suit because of the elevation differences and some cover that you can exploit using the Stormfaust and the Rakuten to make up for your lack of speed to move from cover to move through open fields like Abandoned City. So essentially, another negative to this suit, as you saw in the skill set, it does not have combo controller, which means it only has one melee swing. So essentially, if you're gonna try and go in for the melee, you have to be committed. You have to be in the fight actively, right? Because your thrust bar is so low, your boost is not even that fast. So like, if you're gonna go in for melee, you have to be like really close. I'd say this is as far as I'd be. and then you only have time for one swing, so you had to upswing and back off. If you get enough time it's to not pull off a neutral slash upswing, you know, you can pull off a downswing, but the thing is that leaves you open, as you know. This sword, the Goof Heat Sword as a whole, and the Efreet Heat Sword, the general type of Efreet Heat Sword, they share the same animations and hitboxes. So you can kind of take that and translate it over if you played either of those suits. This melee does do a lot of damage, so don't get me wrong, it can hit really hard. But you gotta remember, it only has one swing, therefore you gotta capitalize on the openings you create. That's why it having two stunts works really well. That's why I won't use the machine gun on this suit. You're not getting the optimal damage out of the suit that you can. So, take Rakuten, basically this is what I normally do. I will take the Rakuten, we'll go to this gym command, shoot, would normally boost up, you know, hit with the neutral swing, back up, get the stern fast ready, hit the stern fast, going for that downswing, boost to the side, and hit that downswing again, and leave it at such low health that you could possibly pick it off with another, you know, Rakuten shot, so on and so forth. So yeah, that's really all this suit has to offer. It has smoke, which means it gets that level 1 stealth and also that slight defense buff. Its speed is nothing to really look for. Its thrust bar is nothing, really just disappointing. In all honesty, I usually sit with this suit next to my supports or near my supports because we move relatively at the same speed. And I'm anti-rate in the sense of I'm a general type with high melee. Granted, I can't stop their maneuver armor, but the thing is, I can pick an enemy off of jumping onto my support with the rockets and the stern fast, which gives me enough time to get up there with balancer and possibly hit with the neutral swing, and for my support to either recover and get out of there or get up so he doesn't get hit by a downswing when he's laying on the ground. So this is, as much as I would like the frontline with the suit, I normally don't do it. I play near my supports, I play close to my supports, which means you have to play very defensively. Being aggressive with this suit, you can pull off, but it requires much more finesse, seeing how you're dealing with more than one opponent, and you really don't have the melee tools to really isolate somebody down effectively by yourself. Luckily, if you do get caught into a brawl, you do have a dodge roll that you can use to maneuver yourself. It does have ground topography, so your overheat goes down really quickly. So you don't have a huge thruster bar, but thing is, it recovers really fast. So that is a plus side. So keep that in mind. The suit really doesn't have a gimmick to it. It just has it has two stuns. It has one swing melee that hits slightly hard when you hit the downswing. It has smoke, which is really good. It's a good defensive tool / offensive tool, depending on how you want to play the suit. It does okay. It's definitely not no standard general Efreet. It's no Gym Command with the bazooka. It's nothing like your standard general type you'll see on the battlefield that, you know, has roll, has double swing, has a bazooka. You know, it doesn't really compete in that sense. It competes into what you can put into it, and I feel like this suit can be taken to a level that it can be used in an effective manner against more meta suits. But don't expect you to, if you have a team of these as your only blues, to really be winning any games consistently. So it's a little neat, nice niche suit. It's kind of unique in the sense of how it operates as a general type, but it's not winning any awards for dominating gameplay, especially against supports and or blues, because it's weak defenses and limited close range and long range abilities. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Zaku and Garrett Smitzer. Definitely best cost 300. I like this suit. I say if you can manage to pick up the level 1 or level 2, I say go for it. At level 4, there's way better options, not worth the pickup. Even for the stats increase, it's just not really worth it. Yeah, fun little suit. So, go ahead and like the video, leave a comment about what you thought you think the suit can do, what you might want to see in future videos, and or what suits you might want to see me cover. So yeah, this is Grandy Ward signing off.